So I'm in my workshop today and I just took delivery of my Banish 30 suppressor, and let's have a look what this thing looks like. And I'm gonna explain to you what it's used for, what the calibers are, and what kind of guns you put this thing on. And let's see what's in the box. So this is a thread adapter. And this is from 5/8 24 to 1/2 inch 28. So from an AR-15 to, let's say, a 6.5 Creedmoor, because the suppressor comes with 5/8 by 24 thread, because it's technically a 30 caliber suppressor, but you can also use it on smaller calibers, hence the multi-caliber designation. This is the actual suppressor. Banish. So, and most importantly, I need my paperwork. I got this from Silencer Central. They are pretty good guys. They are very nice to deal with. Unfortunately, they are somewhat sluggish in submitting paperwork and responding. And I talked to a customer service representative who was also very nice. And he's like, look, we are just very busy and it just took us, additional time to get back. The actual approving process took 8 months for the ATF. So that's, that's okay. That's out of their control, but it took an additional 2 months, submitting paperwork, getting paperwork back, and, the whole transaction, with Silencer Central. But I got it now, and hopefully my tax stamp is in here. And that makes it legal. So suppressors in the United States, you got to pay a $200 tax stamp, and you got to get the approval for it, and it's time consuming. The fastest I've gotten it approved was 6 weeks, and the longest was this time around, 10 months. So let's see what's all in here. And take a look if the tax stamp is in here. Yeah, I guess this is the right paperwork for the suppressor. It just threw me off because it's a black and white copy. All the other tax stamps I have are in full color, and it's actually almost looks like a real stamp, like a postal stamp. And this is just a printed copy. But as long as it's registered, I don't really care. As long as the ATF has the record, that this is registered to me, we should be in good shape. This is how it opens. Tool folds out. Okay. A couple of things. I know you're not interested in all this nonsense that's in here. You're really interested in the suppressor. So here's the suppressor. Let me get it on a lighter background so you can actually see what's going on. It's made out of titanium, and it's either 7 inches or 9 inches, depending on the configuration, so you can shorten it to have a more compact, footprint, or a more compact, gun. And, in my case, I have a lot of these short-barreled rifles, which are also NFA class guns. So you also need a tax stamp for them. I think this is 11 inches. So if you put a suppressor on this thing, it's getting pretty long. And we see. Let's take this thing apart, see if we can look at it. Your first impression is it's really good. It's has a good finish to it. The threads seem to be, well done. And overall, let me put you down here. Let me just see if I can possibly open this up. Yeah, here we go. There's an O-ring in here. You can feel the drag. Okay, yeah, and then all the baffles come out. And they are indexed. So you got to take this apart to clean the suppressor occasionally, and you got to turn it just right so that it clicks into each other. Otherwise, you can't get the you can't close up the suppressor. So that's good. I think this is supposed to This is how you're supposed to do it anyway. Here we go. And see, all these modules are indexed. There we go. See, there's a little notch in here. I thought I had them all aligned. So this should go in like so. Yeah, looks good. So let's talk about these calibers you can shoot with this particular suppressor here. So it's considered a multi-caliber suppressor, and it is rated for 300 Weatherby, and this is a 300 Winchester Magnum, so 300 Weatherby would be slightly larger cartridge even than the 300 Winchester Magnum. I don't have one, so, but I just want to give you an idea of, you know, what to shoot, what this suppressor is rated for. So this is 300 Winchester Magnum, this is 30-06, this is 308 or 7.62 by 51 NATO, and these are all 30 caliber projectiles. This is 7.62 by 39, so that's your AK-47 round or RPK light machine gun, and these are all 30 caliber bullets. And then you can also use it for smaller size projectiles. So this is your 5.56. So this is 22 Magnum, and this is 22 long rifle. So pretty crazy to think that this suppressor can effectively suppress all of these different calibers. And I'm not going to shoot it today because I'm at home. I'm not at my off-grid property. So here we go. There's another piece in here. Oh, this is if you want to shorten the suppressor. So this goes on with this O-ring. I wish they would have given me a few extra O-rings. This is only one. So you can take this extension off and then just put the cap on it, you know, to make it more compact. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's put it on a few guns. Let's see what we have here. I think the easiest, I have a couple of 6.5 Creedmoors sitting around here. So let's see if we can get this thing on here. This one has a threaded barrel. Come on. This is actually a pretty nice gun. It's sitting in a chassis. So, and this is 5/8 thread. I have two more barrels out currently for threading. One is a Remington 700, it's a 223, and then the other one is actually my 22 long rifle, my varmint gun. It would be pretty fun to shoot that. There you go. Yeah, feels good, guys. You know, the finish is pretty nice. I'd say this matches almost perfectly. This is a Parkerized barrel, steel barrel, so it's a manganese phosphate treatment. And this is titanium, and however they finished this. Yeah, this looks pretty good. It makes this thing very long. Yeah, 6.5 Creedmoor, I don't know if you've seen it. Let me show you what this looks like compared to all the other cartridges here. So 6.5 Creedmoor would probably be just before 308 NATO. Not 308. 308 or 7.62 by 51 NATO. See, it's very similar to a 308. Of course, it's instead of 7.62 millimeter, it's only 6.5 millimeter. So it's a smaller projectile, but it's longer. So it's for extreme long range shooting. In some people shoot these 6.5 Creedmoors out to 1,000 yards or even further. So I'm excited about the 6.5 Creedmoor being suppressed because I want to reload some subsonic ammunition, and it will be pretty fun to shoot this thing at 300 yards completely suppressed with subsonic. I've seen some videos, so people do it. Yeah, let's put this suppressor on a AR-15. I'm pretty sure you all want to see this on an AR-15. I may happen to have an AR-15 here somewhere. Hook this. There you go. Drop test. Nut back on it. These are very inexpensive. You can buy 2 packs of these nuts on Amazon for like $8. So, survived the drop test. So here's an AR-15. Currently has a suppressor on it. Let me put you on a tripod here. See if I can get this off. Yeah, so here's the thread adapter. It's actually pretty nice. I'm impressed. So this goes from 5/8 24 thread to 1/2" 28. So I would probably screw it into the suppressor. I'm doing it with one hand right now, but the things I do for you guys. Let me put you down. So screw this in. And I'm not quite sure if this is made out of titanium or if this is just tool steel. It fits very well. You could use a wrench to tighten it. And then at the end of an AR-15, of course, you know, where the muzzle brake goes, you have this crush washer. And you may or may not need it. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to bottom out the threads, so you can probably even put it on without the crush washer, but I'm gonna leave it on for now. So let's get this thing mounted. Yeah, fits well. It has a solid feel. Everything is pretty solid. I'm impressed. This is nice. And I don't think, I mean, it's threaded and it will probably loosen up if you shoot a few rounds through it. You probably have to check, make sure it's still tight. This is what it looks like. Again, the finish almost matches the manganese phosphate treatment on the barrel. And it makes for a fairly long setup. I believe this might be an 18-inch barrel on this one. This gun is actually pieced together out of a bunch of leftover parts, and it shoots very well. It almost has no harmonics. I can shoot all kinds of ammo through it without any point of impact effects on it. And then to cut back on the mirage, because this thing is going to heat up after a few shots, and you have the mirage in your scope. You know, for a small fee, they sell you this thing that goes around it, and it cuts back on the radiation and the mirage. I may or may not use it. If you use it, it, you know, keeps the suppressor fairly hot, right? So it's not really letting it cool off enough. And I think I'm going to shoot it without it first and see if I have any mirage issues. And if you do, you can always put this cover on it and cover it up. Yeah, pretty good. I like it. I'm not going to shoot it today, unfortunately, but I promise I'll take you guys with me when I do. It's still hunting season right now, deer hunting season, and my friends are hunting my property tonight, so I don't want to shoot and screw up their hunt. So that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you guys on the next one.